Here we go. Got the sunglasses on ready. We're heading to Bologna, the last EU regional level event of the season. It is a special event, so we're going to make the most of it, aren't we, Lee?
Oh, it's going to be awesome. Yeah, cannot wait. So, yeah, just got this leg of the flight to go, and then we'll be there in sunny Italy. Eating our pasta, pizza.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. I love it.
It's going to be great, yeah.
So much. So now just sit in silence next to each other on the flight.
Yeah, exactly. I think I'm just going to stare at the back of your head for the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
Just look at those lovely locks for as long as I
can. If you make a peep, I'm going to be kicking up a fuss, young man. Yeah, scratch that. It's about 2 hours since the last video with me and Lee. Problem with the plane, changing planes. Well, a start so full of promise.
2 hours later, we're still in Heathrow. So.
Welcome to Heathrow. Yeah, we'll be boarding the next plane very shortly, and then we leave all that behind us.
Yeah, there's nothing
all
wrong
up
with
from
this
there.
plane.
Yeah, don't say that. Now, is our luggage going to end up in the right place with us here? Look who we have here. It's Jamie Boyt, infinite Jamie Boyt. Look at the mirror. Yeah. Amazing. We're going to record, aren't we? A little bit of pre-show content, talking about Regulation G. Look how smart Jamie looks. His new suit. Looks the part. Not thinking about competitively, which is your favourite Pokémon mask? Aesthetically, or whatever?
I think the mask of the rock one looks kind of scary. I'd probably put rock up as well.
Yeah, how about you, Lee?
Hearthflame.
Hearthflame.
Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah,
it's very cool.
It's a good one. I'm also Cornerstone, so yeah, that's fairly unanimous.
Yeah, so
oh well.
We'll be unanimous with one person objecting. That's not the word unanimous for.
You join me here with Luca Ceribelli. Again, pronunciation?
This time it was a little bit worse than before.
No.
Like you went...
Ceribelli.
Yeah, you went too much on the Italian accent. Like.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Oh well, you're a fantastic player. And you're here competing in Bologna this weekend. What are your hopes for the weekend?
Like I said, like the main hopes, like I wanna get to the tour, and then like see from there. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, but like in general, something like I saw in the last tournaments, but I get results that like I was not expecting. But after since I came short of getting something really valuable, you're always with an aftertaste, like you say. Then I was so close yet so far, so I wanna do more than that. So basically, I don't know if I'm gonna have a good run this weekend, but I hope that at least I'm not gonna have any regret.
Yeah, well, you've proven yourself as doing well at Italian special events in the past, having won in Turin in 2017, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, who knows? Maybe, as you say, you take that pressure off yourself. Maybe that paves the way for success. Let's see how Luca does this weekend. Best of luck to you.
Subscribe to Charlie.
Thanks, Boyt. Believe in Boyt. Look what I've got here. Martin Verstig, one of the Pokemon Go casters. And we're here at the Media Day filming some content to be played during the stream. What were you guys talking about today?
Today we talked about preparation for Worlds. We talked about preparation for the North American International Championship. That's where I'll also be competing. We reviewed the season as well, because the first time we had championship points. I think those were kind of the things. We also have a moveset update coming, so we also briefly covered that. So that'll be some good topics.
If you were to sell Pokemon Go to a Pokemon VG player, what would you say?
Charge a bucks meta. Pretty cool, right? Like small Pokemon. You guys have big legendaries. I did use Giratina Origin, which is a little bit of a tough Pokemon to get for Great League competitive format. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I think sometimes that we have Pokemon you rarely see succeed anywhere else are actually pretty good in Pokemon Go, such as I think Azuma has been good in VGC. Pelipper, my favorite Pokemon, has been a thing in Go always. Now also in VGC for a little bit. But yeah, I think I saw like the tweets about Charger Bug being meta, so it got me serious. I was like, yeah, that's our meta Pokemon.
Oh wait, some small Pokemon do well in VG as well, thanks to the Eviolite item boosting the defenses of a Pokemon that's yet to evolve. So that's why you see Porygon 2, for example, rather than Porygon Z. But, well, thanks for that. Get those Charger Bugs ready. Go on, play Go. Realised I didn't fill you in on last night, so Lee and I, after all of the plane delays, found some amazing food for dinner. All the produce here is so fresh, and the climate is right, of course, for so many fruits. Just very simple things, well prepared. You can't beat it. And today, of course, we were filming little bits of content for what we're talking about, what we're expecting this weekend. Things like how to prepare in the metagame when so many different restricted Pokemon have been winning various events, and the importance of redirection when you're trying to protect your restricted Pokemon. We did a I choose who, where two people argue for one of two options, then I choose which one has been argued most convincingly, and that's between Koraidon and Miraidon, of course, our Scarlet and Violet mascots. And now, heading out with Marcus, Lee and Jamie to explore Bologna. This is one of the many reasons why these events are so fantastic. You get to explore all of these places around the world. Can't wait to see what we discover in Bologna. A beautiful city, and presumably more beautiful food. It's the oldest university in Europe, apparently. 1088, University of Bologna was founded. Apparently, potentially some older ones in Morocco, but walking through history. Hello there, welcome to the desk here in Bologna. It's been a really useful day so far. We have been doing a little bit of rehearsing. We've been meeting up as a group of casters and sharing some ideas, our thoughts on the season, what we want to improve on heading into the next season. Did some practice casts with the rest of the casters here in Bologna. And we're just doing some technical rehearsals now, checking all of the sound equipment, everything working properly so that we can put on a great show this weekend. Let's see who comes out on top. So far in Regulations, actually a different restricted has won every single EU or NA regional level event. Of course, this is a special event here in Bologna, being Miraidon, the very first in Indianapolis, and then Zamazenta in Stockholm, and then it was Calyrex Shadow, of course, in Los Angeles last week. Is it going to be something different again? Only one way to find out. Let's go. Marcus and I just kicked off the stream. We just had Swiss round 3, and honestly, it could have been a final. It was so thrilling between Lorenzo Silvestrini and Matteo Bellini. Lorenzo's back was really against the wall in game 3, but then it came out on top, running Calyrex Shadow Rider against Matteo's Terrapagos as the restricted choice. And that was just the first match that we featured on stream, so cannot wait to see what happens later. Next round, I'm on the interview. Let's see who I'll be talking to. It was Juan Puerto who came out on top there with the Lunala team, really cool to see. The theme of that match was clear, I think. It was Lunala clearing its mind with Calm Mind in order to boost up and deal massive damage across the field. Also because the weather was changing, with Koraidon setting the sun, Pelipper setting the rain with drizzle, but then the weather cleared for Juan at the end. But then game 2, when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's a Moongus, giving Lunala a taste of its own medicine almost, putting the moon Pokemon to sleep. But fundamentally, Lunala was boosted up enough that it could just wake up and then sweep through the rest of the team. And this is Juan's first competitive season in Pokemon, already secured their World's Invite, just here for the experience, getting used to Regulations ZG. So huge congratulations to Juan. Let's see how the rest of the day goes. Round 7. And we saw an Iron Leaf come to the battle. That's right, holding a choice band, boosting the Quark Drive thanks to the Miraidon that was the restricted of choice for Matteo there, but it was Leonardo Bononomi coming out on top. That legacy experience paying dividends. So we're nearing the end of the day, really. Swiss round 8 and 9 left, and that's it. How's day 1 going to end? Here with Markus Stadter. We're approaching Swiss round 8. I'm on the interview for this round, so I've got my earpiece ready to go. We'll be watching this game and taking notes. Marcus, you enjoying the day so far?
Yeah, no, having a good time behind the desk. I think we've seen some really good games.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, it's all been very enjoyable.
Trainer's still experimenting in the format for sure, and Shadow Calyrex is really on its
Down here in Italy especially is maybe driving a little bit more towards it. And yeah, let's see what left.
Maybe this is the thing, we feature some games on the stream, but there are still so many elsewhere in the venue, and something might completely come out of nowhere to surprise us tomorrow. We've got a Kyogre currently at 7.5.
Yeah,
you know.
I think next time we'll see a Groudon on stream. So we haven't seen that yet, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be cool.
Good morning. We're here in day 2 of the Bologna Special Event. What a thrilling end to the day it was yesterday with Costa Dynamos, fellow caster, making it through to day 2. Keeping a close eye on him as the tournament progresses today. Also, Iron leaves in day 2. We've got quite a few Kyogre teams actually, one of which has a Mousehold, my favourite Gen 9 Pokemon. Lots of different restricteds. And yesterday was really a showcase of how exciting Regulation Set G can be and how fine the margins can be as well. Trainers really turning the battle around at the very last moment. So it's all to play for today in the last EU event of the season. Let's make it one to remember. Giuseppe Elario proving that for the Sea Basin Pokemon, it's not all Ogre. So cool to see Kyogre having a success on stream against the Lunala team, who's calling his opponent turn for turn. A restricted that we haven't seen so often in Regulation Set G, but it's doing really well here in Bologna. Let's see what happens. Oh my goodness, what a thrilling couple of games. My heart is still pounding. So we saw Victor Medina being bested by Alessandro just then, and then in the following game we saw Antonio lose to Luca. And that previous game was Miraidon versus Shadow Rider Calyrex. Previous game was Terrapagos versus Zamazenta, and it was the Zamazenta that won in the previous game, and the Shadow Rider Calyrex that won in that second game. But such fine margins once again. So wise these trainers are, making these switches and perfect plays. Their game plans are down to a T. Both matches went to 3 games, and I had the honour of casting both of them, and it was so thrilling. And we really are only just getting started, because now it's Top Cut. So we just had our first top 4 match, and that's Miraidon and Luca Ceribelli going through to the grand finals. Our first player to achieve that position. Up against Antonio Sanchez, the Liverpool regional champion, rocking the Terrapagos team. It was Antonio who claimed game 1, but then in game 2, Luca adapted, not dropping the defences of the Urshifu team early to enable it to stick around on the field for longer, and that really was the crucial adaptation. There was a very wonderful crit coming out from the Miraidon in that game 3 that really just tied it up, but it looked like the favour was very much in Luca's court at that point of the game anyway. It's so thrilling and so intense. What a pleasure it's been casting with Jamie Boyd over that top 4 match. Time for our second top 4. Well, to pick up where we left off, it was Ruben Gianzini who triumphed over Hippolyte Bernard in our second semi-final, leading to once more an all-Italian finals here at the Bologna Special Event, matching the Turin Special Event last year, which also had an all-Italian finals. This year, of course, between Luca Ceribelli and Ruben Gianzini. And in that finals, it was Ruben who came out on top, our special event champion. It's been such a exciting weekend. The matches have been thrillers. I mean, so many of them could have been worthy grand finals in themselves. And huge congratulations to Ruben, because that is their first victory at an event, and what a way to stamp your name into the Pokemon history books. And that's it. That's our EU season done. Jamie had to disappear fairly shortly after the show today. Markus was around for a bit longer, but also went off in the evening, and Lee and I have just had dinner together, reflecting on the weekend. And we all just feel so lucky to be part of such a wonderful family of casters, and of course the extended Pokemon family. Certainly sad that the EU season has come to an end now, and it's going to take a little while for the dust to settle on it all, I think. But I think we can all be incredibly proud of what we've all achieved this season personally, and how the streams have been received as a whole. So thank you so much for tuning into this, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this little insight behind the scenes. It's been really fun to make. As always, it's been so fun to cast this weekend. Definitely bedtime for me now. Good night.
Well, that's it. Finito. On behalf of all of us here, want to extend a massive thank you to everyone backstage for their phenomenal hard work, bringing the streams to everyone. There quite simply would not be any entertainment for you on a weekend like this if they weren't there. And there wouldn't be a tournament in the first place without all of the staff, all of the judges, all of the personnel who make these events possible. So a huge thank you to them as well. I want to say a personal thank you to Markus, to Jamie, to Lee, but not only to the casters here this weekend, but our phenomenal EU casting crew from throughout this past season. And the final thank you goes to you for tuning in, watching along and supporting your heroes. We hope you've enjoyed watching as much as we've enjoyed bringing these events to you, be it staff or the crew or the casters. Well then, trainers, we have travelled across the land. We've landed in all of our EU stops. We have searched far and wide. We found all of our event champions. And the power that's inside, well, that's this wonderful community that we are all so privileged to be a part of. All that remains for us to say is see you next weekend in NAIC, thereafter at the World Championships. But from us here in Bologna, is ciao for now.